think we're on. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I'm seeing some feed. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we're here. We are here and we are live. Survivor Digest. Josh O'Leary. How's everyone doing this evening? Gonna get this one in. Got a wedding we're going to, so won't have a vertical live this coming up Friday. Just a fair warning to the friends who like to come in and hang out Fridays and Mondays in the vertical lives. I will not be live this Friday. I'm busy and I will be at a wedding. Justo says hello, and Dirt is letting me know I am live. That's good. I'm glad I'm live. I didn't think I was for a moment there. But we're here, and I'm going to break down episode 6, season 48 of Survivor. I know this is Justo's favorite show. Let's get into it, man, right away. I got a whole thing of notes here, guys. Look at this. Fit it all on one page this week. Can we get that? Yeah, look at that. All on one page. So, we're going to get into it here. And we kick it off, episode 6 of Survivor, season 48. Over on the Siva tribe, night 11. Right? And we come back to camp, and Say is pissed at Cedric for absolutely no reason. Cedric just saved her again. And Say is mad. He's the one who kept Say, and she forgives, though, Dangerous Mitch, who also wrote her name down. She forgives Dangerous Mitch almost instantly, because Mitch just has this, like, power where no one can be mad at him. No one can be upset at Mitch. He is the almighty Mitch, right? Justo says, sorry, I have to go to sleep. I wanted to come here and say hi. And I really wanted to see you. Well, thank you for stopping by, Justo. If you've got to get to sleep, dude, you got to catch those Z's. I understand. I appreciate you coming in here and saying hello. It's always good to see our good friend, Justo. Right? Mitch, that's right, Big Mitchell. He's the man. And we get the opening credits, and then it's day 12, and this is supposed to be the big merge episode, right? This is supposed to be the episode where all the tribes come together and they become one. They did not do this since like season 41. They've had to mix it up for some reason, and they make it confusing, way too confusing. Really, the only thing that they're taking away from it is that you don't get your buff. You're in limbo or something. It's too confusing here. Let's just go back to regular merge. I don't even want to break down how this merge went because it annoys me. And I wrote that down, actually. It's annoying. But a boat arrives to tell the tribes to drop off the buffs and that it's time to go all to one camp and to become a merged tribe. And I wrote a note here that says, David thinks his brain is full of muscle and that he's not just a meathead. And I thought, well, that's ironic. If your brain is full of muscle because you drink all this milk, right? He's back on the milk, too. The milk made a dramatic return here in this episode. Everybody, the guy drinks a gallon a day, as he says. So does Joe. These are the California girls turned into the milk boys. The California girls turned into the milk boys. That's what happened here. Limbo merge. No good, Dirt. Don't like the limbo merge. Say is excited when everybody gets to the same camp. Say is excited to see Mary. And Mary is not excited to see Say. She Say's like, the most fun I had so far was running around in the jungle with Mary. And Mary's like, I do not want to play with her. Just straightforward. I was like, this is good. This is good. Their dynamic is back. The Say, Mary feud it continues. Survivor 48, the season of unlimited milk. I mean, dude, David wishes. This guy says he drinks a gallon a day plus chocolate milk. He's just like, dude. He talks about milk. He's telling people about it like he just like discovered it, like it's a new thing. Like he's like, have you heard of milk? They're like, there's this crazy thing out there, and it's called milk. And I don't know him and Joe though. If you look at these guys, they are cut from stone, right? Like if these guys from the neck down, they look like Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? These guys are cut, chiseled, buff with it, brother. Like, no pun intended on the buff, but these guys are muscle men. And it could be that gallon of milk a day. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe it's the gallon of milk a day. But let's see here. Where was I? I was at Say and Mary's opposite feelings for one another, right? And there's a sign on the beach when everyone gets to the beach, the merged tribe, and the sign says, hey everyone, there's an advantage here on this beach. First one to find it gets it. So everybody scrambles, everybody's running around, and they have this shot where it seems like Charity is about to get this advantage, and it was a little bit of foreshadowing for later on in the episode. I kind of felt that coming, especially here in this moment. I was like, oh, it's going to be between these two. As they foreshadowed Charity going for the advantage, but Say being a few steps ahead of her, swooping in and grabbing the advantage, which was a advantage to skip the line in the next challenge and go to the second phase without having to do the first one. So it was a nice little advantage she got. Say did not take advantage of the advantage in the long run, but nonetheless, a nice little scramble for a advantage as soon as the non-merge happens, right? Should just call it the merge, because this non-merge stuff is stupid, Jeff. Stupid. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wrote here. David instantly starts talking milk with Joe. And I said they both drink a gallon a day, and everyone's faces are in pure shock when these guys mention this. They're like, Jesus, guy, that's an excessive amount of milk, you know? And I'm sure that's what people are talking about. I don't know, last week here on Survivor Digest, in the thumbnail, we had David, and I made sure to give him a nice big gallon of milk. And I feel like I almost predicted this. I put the gallon of milk in his hand. I didn't know this guy drank a whole gallon a day. But look at that. A little bit of Survivor Stradamus from yours truly here in the thumbnail from last week. Wah wah wee wah. What do we got? We got the milk talk. We got Joe excited to reconnect with Eva. Of course, their dramatic connection last episode after Eva completed the challenge last episode, and then told the whole tribe about her autism and that very dramatic, emotional connection between her and Joe, and really Jeff calling both of them out on it. So he was excited to reconnect with his number one, and Eva's going to go ahead and dish the dirt to Joe almost immediately about Star's Idol. She says, I got Star's Idol. She gave it to me. Blah, 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 blah. And she's dishing the dirt on what Joe doesn't know. What's been going on since they haven't been together. And they're putting together a big threat alliance. So they start talking, and they're like, listen, we're two big threats. Like, after that, last week, you know, people know we're together. We're two big threats. And Joe is so much on this high horse about playing this game with integrity, and it is sickening. It is so sickening. I mean, to me personally, you can disagree. You can be like, oh, I'm all about that. I like it, man. He's just a straightforward guy who refuses to lie. You're going to have to lie. That's this game. You have to lie. Eventually, you have to lie to someone and vote them out. Like Joe said, I mean, you're doing it every time you go to tribal. You're lying to someone and voting them out. So him saying he wants to play with integrity, like learn from the best, the most the man with the most integrity to ever play Survivor was Coach. Okay, and he didn't win. Should have, but he didn't. Right? And it's not going to get you the $1,000,000 in the end. You're not going to make it to the end. Like, Coach is the only one who's going to make it that far playing an integral game, really, because it's not really integral. You get to the end and you get called out on the fact that you lied to everyone and voted them out. There's no integrity there. So, Joe and freaking, Joe and David and Eva scheme together this integrity alliance. And they're going to pull in Shaheen and Kyle as well into this alliance. And these are the big threats, and these are the people in the game they believe are playing with the most integrity. And it's really funny that they're bringing Kyle in there. I thought that right off the bat. They're bringing Kyle in here right off the bat because he's, doing the whole acting job with Camilla. I mean, that's his number one. And nobody really sees it, which is interesting because they've kind of been able to keep it under the radar, even going through a tribal, keeping it under the radar. And it's still being under the radar. Very interesting. Very interesting. So we've got their big integral alliance there. Well, their alliance with so much integrity. Okay, so Charity is smart. Right here for 1 second, Charity's smart. This is about the only time that Charity's smart in this episode, and she tells everyone about Eva's idol and says that voting her out would be a smart move. Now, of course, I thought this immediately last week. As soon as I saw Eva and Joe reconnecting in this big emotional moment, I was like, oh shit, dude, we got to get them out of here. I mean, that's just my thinking. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be tough to take me out of the game. Right, especially if I'm there and in it. Right, I've never been there, but if I know me, I'm gonna be thinking, oh, geez, how do I get around this? How do I convince anyone to vote for her now? Like that's not happening. But Charity's gonna try here. She's gonna give it a whirl. She tries to get Star to take her idol back. She says, "Hey, Star, you should go and take your idol back." Now, Star famously gave Eva her idol. After Eva's overcoming her overwhelming situation in the challenge, Star was so inspired and gave a very inspired speech and was like, listen, me and Eva are cool now. She's getting my idol. She cracked it open. She figured out the code. She gets it. And then Charity's like, I'm going to throw a wrench in that and be like, hey, Star, you should go ask for it back because it was your idol. And, the Charity's not wrong here. Star, maybe not ask for it back, but Star should say, hey, listen, if I'm in trouble, you need to use that thing on me. I gave it to you. There should be some sort of, I don't know. I mean, that's at least what I wrote down here, and at least what I thought. That makes sense to me, right? And then we got a commercial break. Big commercial break, right? I'm going to take a sip here. Get my throat a little wet my whistle. You'd instantly regret giving your idol away, and that's what yeah, I would too. Yeah, I would never give an idol away. It would never be a thought to me. I would try to hide it too, as much as I could. Right, and then I would try to use it quickly. Because it seems that nowadays you got to use it or lose it or get voted out with it in your pocket. Right? What was it? 45? All those idols and pockets? My goodness. We want less of that, right? We want less of that. So coming back from commercial break, Eva calls Charity fake again, which is funny. I was like, but she is just playing. Charity's just kind of playing. And it may just be her personality that Eva doesn't like, but she's not really being fake. I think that's her. Then we get the merge challenge. Here comes the big, complicated merge challenge. And I'm not going to explain the rules of this merge challenge because six people finish, and then everyone's able to be voted for at Tribal, except for the person who gets the necklace. So it's regular in that sense. But some people are in limbo because they don't have buffs. I don't know. This was stupid. Just give them the buffs. They're merged. We're gonna consider them merged here on this show because there's no they are merged by the end of the episode. So I don't understand why the let's draw it out. Let's make this blue buff all special. I don't know if buff is lacking in sales in 2025, but they're really trying to put over this blue one. Right? I mean, that's why you're getting some of these weirdo challenges. Let's not forget that. That's why you're getting some of these dice roll challenges. I don't know if I've heard any other Survivor show mention this, but some of the reason you're getting some of these dice roll challenges, some of these stupid dingy challenges, like what they do this week. They had a ball, like a volleyball on a stick type deal. Like, it's because Survivor is selling a board game. They're selling a board game that's available, and some of those dice rolly ball on a stick type challenges are inside of that board game that you can play with your family at home. And they want people to get this board game and then recognize, like, oh yeah, some of these challenges were actually on the show. Like, but they're challenge. Get rid of these dingus Uno games, or Jenga, Utz Party Mix Family Time. We don't want it, okay? At least I don't. I don't know about you guys, but I don't. So we got the merge challenge, and the winners also get a meal. So 6 people that go on to the second part get a meal. Now, say she won an advantage, she's going to go ahead and move on regardless, right? She's going to skip this whole first grueling part, which is a very physical run through the mud challenge, kind of like what we had at the beginning. This is another run through the mud, up a giant wall, over the wall, on top of a platform, build a puzzle type challenge. So 2 teams of 6, and the challenge gets started. And my big moments and takeaways from this challenge was Cedric just like, I don't know, dude, this guy's muscles. This guy needs to start drinking milk. This guy needs to maybe follow a little bit of the Joe and David diet, right? Maybe not a whole gallon, because Cedric is a small, frail man, it seems, and maybe get him on a maybe a pint, small pint of milk, pint of milk for Cedric. Get it on an IV. Let's get that pumped into him. You had the Survivor Season 1 board game? I bet that's sick. Borneo board game? Whoa. But yeah, Cedric is a weak man, and he is held up by Mitch. Dangerous Mitch saving the day. Able to hold all the body weight of Cedric and just propel him up onto the platform here at the end of this challenge. Cedric's team, it wasn't enough to get them the win. They did not move on, which was unfortunate for them, right? And all that power Mitch and all that effort Mitch just put into it wasn't enough to get the win. The only thing I didn't like about this was everyone was covered in mud again. I don't like it when everyone gets covered in mud. I know this is been reiterated on Reddit and other internet platforms that discuss Survivor in full about how the mud, it just cakes their face, and it just makes them gross as well. They go to a reward after this. They go to the sanctuary to enjoy some food, and they're just eating it covered in mud. Like, the flies are sticking to the mud. They're all over their face. They're picking up brownies and nachos with mud all over their fingers, and just chowing away. So I don't know how it's a reward when you get to enjoy it covered in mud. I mean, I get that from a producer sense, they're probably like, we want people to see that it's gritty and they're dirty. It's Survivor. Like, come on, man. What? Let's go back to some of the, remember when they used to give them a shower in the auction, or a bath or something like that? Remember, what was it, Sue? She got in the bath for like 2 seconds and was like, I'm done. You just won a whole bath. You're going to get out after 2 seconds? I don't know. I still think about that. I still think about that. So yeah, we got the final six are gonna move on here, right? Dirt says he needs a milk vat challenge. Oh no, dude, a gallon of milk challenge is an actual challenge. I did it before, and it's impossible to drink a gallon of milk like in less than an hour. I think that was the challenge. Drink it in less than an hour. It's impossible. I barfed everywhere. Um, so we got Cedric saved by Dangerous Mitch. I said that orange team came from behind, but it's not enough. Purple wins. The final six get another challenge, and it is a pole and ball challenge. Now they've done this challenge before, Survivor. They've done this challenge before, where it's like a small little disc type platform. I remember this challenge. It's like a disc, and there's a ball, a little tiny like ping pong sized ball on top of this disc, and they hold it, and then they have to add a piece to the bottom of it, and the pole keeps getting taller, and they have to keep balancing the ball. And it seemed like a more logical and sound challenge when the platform and everything was smaller. The ping pong, it was like ping pong sized ball. These balls in this challenge were like taped up volleyballs that were all painted different colors, and everyone had a platform that had a lip on it. Like these platforms had a lip on it to keep the ball from rolling off of it. It was very odd and strange, and it seemed like one of those games you could play at home. Like I said, probably to sell, probably so people get excited when they're playing the Survivor board game that they're pushing subliminally to us. Excuse me. No. A swimming pool sized milk vat. Oh no. Swimming milk challenge. Michael Phelps got milk. Huh? So let's see here. Yeah. There's a lip on the pole on the platform. I just complained about that. It looks goofy. I say it looks really goofy, guys. It's just a goofy looking challenge. David, Star, and Kyle are your final three in this challenge. Kyle and Star being the final two. I thought Star was about to pull this one out, but then she falls out of nowhere. And Kyle, hometown, Roanoke, Virginia, right? Salem, Virginia. My hometown as well. Our boy, Kyle, pulls it out. First immunity win of the season. First individual immunity win of the season. Let's give it up for Big Kyle. Big burps for Kyle. Grizzly wintergreen sized lip on that platform. Dirt, did you see it, dude? It was a ridiculously big lip on that platform. You're not even kidding, dude. It was the whole can of Grizzly just packed into the lip. And that volleyball wasn't going anywhere. Really, the way these balls fell was just if people's pole was bending the wrong way. Like, then it would tip a certain way, and I mean, that's how David got out of it, right? David was a stone cold statue the entire time, and his poles were just bending, right? If they would have been the smaller poles and the ping pong sized ball, this guy would have won this challenge hands down. Everybody was looking up like this, like it was goofy. This challenge was very goofy, and I did not like the last part of it, right? And then, then they go to the reward feast, and they're eating, like I said, and they're all covered in mud. It's disgusting. They're eating there, and Star throws a name out first, right when they're eating. Star throws a name out first. She does not mind throwing a name out first. She says that in a nice little side confessional that she does not mind doing so. And she says Charity. She says, I'm going to throw Charity's name out there. And Say says, I don't think so. I think Eva is smarter. It's a smarter pick to pick Eva. So Say and Charity are on the same wavelength, but neither one of them know it. Neither one of them talk to each other or are working with one another at all. And both of them are thinking the same thing. So it's very frustrating, especially if you're the third person at home watching the episode, like I was, thinking they should vote out Eva. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. You know? Um, Top 10 Survivor dumb challenges. Oh, man, there's so many dumb ones. I like the one where they just hug the pole, right? The one where they just hug the pole and it just goes for as long as they're on that pole, man. As long as you can stay on there. It's got like no grips on it. You're just hugging that pole. And I think Christian Hubecki from David versus Goliath, he held on. Yeah, he held on to the pole. He broke the record. He broke the record. He held on to the pole and he just talked to Jeff. He annoyed Jeff the whole time. He just kept talking. So it's very impressive. I like the simpler the challenges, like the real Survivor challenge, the auction. Everybody likes that. These goofy ones, no good. No good. So, like I said, Star threw that name out first, and Say is on a different wavelength. She's on the charity wavelength, thinking, let's get out Eva, right? Let's get out Eva. And that's the wavelength I would have been on. I said Say needed charity at this merge feast. Like, if charity had been at the merge feast, I think Say would have had a little bit of a, a brain fart or a brain, an epiphany. There you go. She'd have a say-iphany, right? And it would come to her there. So Joe casually is not wanting. We're back at the camp, and Joe is not really wanting to talk any sort of strategy with anyone because anybody even thinking about mentioning Eva's name, Joe is going to give you a certain look, and you're not going to. Okay, I've already seen it from Joe a few times. This guy, he's pretty intense, and it's like picking on someone's daughter at this point. So it's going to be tough for anyone. I have a feeling. But someone's going to have to do it. The only problem is they keep voting out the people that'd be able to do it. Thomas, gone. Charity, gone. And it looks like by the preview for next week's episode that it could be Shaheen that's being targeted. And he was my third option, my third pick to be the one to be the true villain this season. Like, that could pull it off and, be the one that pulls, not even a villain, just someone that pulls off the big, oh my gosh move, right? So Charity wants to vote Eva as well here, and then everybody comes back from the merge feast, still covered in mud, and then we got a commercial break, and we're back at the beach after the commercial break, and Say, this was a fantastic moment in the episode. Say is just letting everybody know who didn't win what she ate, and I think that's so funny. It is fucking hilarious, to be honest. Because in the last episode, I immediately thought this. I wrote, in the last episode, Say was calling people sore winners because of how they were celebrating, how much they were celebrating, because her team lost. And she said, well, we got some sore winners, targeting Mary specifically. And then what does she do after she wins one thing where she had an advantage to skip the first part, so she didn't even get muddy? And she comes back and just starts naming it. I mean, like, I ate some pomegranate, I ate some nachos, I had some KFC gravy, I had a nerd's rope, I had a bowl of pickles, or whatever the fuck they're serving there, you know? And Say was just bragging about all of it, dude. She was like, listen, all this stuff I put in my gullet, I am going to puke. And Mitch just looked at her deadpan as hell. And Mitch goes, that's great. I'm really happy you won. Mitch is dying, dude. Mitch is like, he's dangerous, but I think they're revving him up, dude. Mitch is about to go Super Saiyan, like full-blown Super Saiyan. And it's going to be a sight to see, guys. It's going to be a real sight to see because he's dangerous. And mark my words, I think he's the real underdog here. This is the real underdog story, and you almost sort of need Eva around so Mitch isn't the one being looked at, right? I don't know. I don't know how I'd play this if I was Mitch. I'm rooting for Mitch, though. Mitch is he got hurt here with how Tribal went. So, like I said, we're back at the beach, and Star now is after Say tells everyone about her food that she ate, Star is just motivating as hell. I wrote here. I wrote Star is motivating as hell. Cedric is having a moment where Cedric is just breaking down after reflecting on the challenge that he partook in, and having Mitch have to hold him up, and Cedric just being completely winded and almost to the point of giving up. If his tribe hadn't been there, he probably would have. And this guy's just breaking down at camp, reflecting on that. And Star brings them back together. Star comes in there and just cuts a promo. Just cuts a promo on Cedric, saying like, "Dude, you got to pick yourself up, man. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that." And I was like, "Dude, Star is great. She had a episode this episode. Honestly, Star underrated. Give me more Star. Her going up at to vote at Tribal. She was like doing a dance, being all crazy, and then dropped the pin. Dude, that's gonna be iconic. You know that's gonna be a GIF forever. Like people are gonna be using that one. Star rules. She probably has a future in pro wrestling. Star Tuning, you got a future in pro wrestling, okay? You heard it here first from me, Josh O'Leary, here on the Silverhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Star, you're a star, okay? Maybe a WWE superstar at some point, maybe, right? Dirt says Google AI told me it thinks Say will be next eliminated because she's annoying. Yeah, which is bad move, right? It's bad gameplay from other players if you're just voting people out because they're annoying. I wouldn't say that's good gameplay, but Say isn't going to give you that type of gameplay either, right? At Tribal coming up, just spoiler alert, at Tribal coming up, she votes for Cedric. Nobody here is voting for Cedric. And Say is like, the guy who just saved me the past two Tribals, I'm going to write his name down because he's just pissing me off. So, voting because of annoyance. You can't really dock Say for it. So maybe Google's right. Google's Survivor 48 prediction, that was the first thing it said. Yeah. I mean, it might be right. Let's be frank here. It might be right. Frank Google. So then we have Say hearing Charity from her OG tribe. Say is hearing Charity's name from her OG tribe, and Say's like, listen, I'll follow. So Say's like, okay, I got to vote for Charity. I guess I will if that's what everybody else is doing. Charity is also hearing, hey, if I got to vote for Say, and that's what everybody else is doing, I guess I'll do that. So at this moment, I'm like, okay, definitely Charity versus Say. We had the moment at the beginning of the episode. Now we have this. It's going to be Charity versus Say at Tribal. Who's it going to be? Who's going to go down? I did not think there would be a wild card moment here where there would be a third option thrown in there or an idol play. I really just didn't sense it coming. I was like, there's no idol play happening. You had Eva who's got one, and you've got a few advantages in play right now, or that could have been played, but I didn't see any of that coming quite yet. So Mary, I wrote a note here that says, Mary thinks Charity is a turtle. I'm not sure where she got that from, why Charity is a turtle. She said Charity is harmless. She's just a turtle, and that Say is a snake. I think they were both snakes, man. I think they were both snakes. I think Charity maybe was just a little bit louder and a little bit more noticeable because you weren't used to her, right? You're a little bit used to Say. You're a little bit used to Say's antics. And you might think that turtle's soft and cuddly, but when it crawls out of the shell, it's also just a snake with legs, baby. Boom, look at that, Jeff. You know you want me on. You hear that analogy? Jeff would be like, I love the turtle dance from Master of Disguise. He'd be like, turtle, turtle. Jeff would. Dude, he was dancing at Tribal like crazy this episode. Jeff was... I don't even know what Jeff was on, dude. He was on something. Jeff had he had a hot cup of hot chocolate, too much sugar in it before he went out there for Tribal this week. So let's get to it, dude. Tribal Council. I wrote my guess down, and my guess was Say. I guess Say. To be completely honest, I guess Say, and I was wrong. But I guessed that it was going to go her way for some reason. I thought the Cedric movement, the Star movement. I thought all of that was going to kind of get pressurized and be pushed into Say's direction here. But that was not the case, guys. Not the case at all. And everyone talks about how close everyone is until Charity says, not with me, which was dumb. I don't know why you're just going to point out at Tribal that people are not talking to you. One of those people being Say, who you should have talked to. You guys should have connected, right? She should have been the sesame seed on your bagel, right? You guys should have been that power duo coming together, realizing we got to get out this power couple in Joe and Eva. We got to destroy that planet. And you guys did not do that. You guys didn't even so much as to say hey to one of other. Very cliquey. As Say mentioned in this Tribal, this is a very cliquey family. They keep calling themselves a family, which I hate. Right? We ain't at Olive Garden. You guys ain't family. This is Survivor. This is a game. This is a clique. The integrity, the family, the hustle, loyalty, respect. Is it a bunch of John Cena's out here playing? Like, what is going on with that? Cut it out. Right? Delete. Matt Hardy. My goodness. So we got a shout out to Brent Probst, Jeff's brother Brent Probst. I don't know why I wrote that down. I just thought it was funny that Jeff gave his brother a shout out there. Now everyone goes up to vote, and like I said, Star has a great walk up as she's doing a little dance, a little big dance heavy Tribal. So I guess she felt inspired by all of Jeff Probst's dance talk, and she gets up there and drops the pin as soon as she is done dancing, and it was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny moment. And we also had another funny moment from Eva. Eva had a hilarious moment when she walks up there, she grabs the pin, and she says, "Why is everything shaped like garlic?" And I was like, is it? And now I'm going to be looking around at things to see if they're shaped like garlic or not, because she said that. I've already started doing it too, because I saw like a picture earlier if someone posted, and I was like, ooh, let me zoom in on that. Let me see if that's shaped like a garlic clove, And she might be onto something, Eva. She might be onto something. Shout out Brent Probst. Yeah, he's the man. Love Brent Probst. Greg Proops. So here we go. Charity. Here's the end, guys. Jeff reads the votes. It looks like it's about to be Say. It's like, oh man, is it really going to be Say? She had like 3 in a row there. And then once I saw Charity's name after that 3 in a row, I was like, Charity's done. She's toast. Fuck. I was incorrect here in my guess with Say. Charity's voted out. No hugsies. Just a standard vote out here. Just the walk away. But as Charity's walking away, and I'm sure she was rushed into a nearby tent or some sort with production and told to keep quiet, as Jeff is going to hand all the other people who did not get voted out their brand new buff, right? Their brand new buff. And they all get handed a big bag of buffs and celebrate after she gets voted out. Like, loudly. Just imagine getting voted out and then having to hear that. This merge shit is dumb. Like, just be merged, but you don't make the jury. Like, I don't know why you're throwing in this extra zest. You know what I'm saying? You're sprinkling air onto my ice cream. Get out of here. Stop. Just get out of there with that shit. I hate it. Yeah, Charity's gone, which I was sad. Charity was a good player. I thought she was good. I enjoyed. She even had some online hate. I mean, maybe not for the right reasons. People don't agree with maybe her political views or something. I know she's a big Russell Hantz fan, so I mean there could be some trouble there. But she was voted out, and I thought she played. I think she was trying to play, which was nice to see. And let's see. I said Charity was the only one besides Say. Wait, no. Oh, that's from earlier. But as Charity is voted out, guys, Mitch was pissed. Mitch was visibly pissed again. Visibly mad. Mitch is going to get more and more mad, and I'm telling you, he's going to go full Super Saiyan Mitch, and he's going to go around the island and bonk everybody in the head with a coconut, and they're all going to be passed out, and Mitch is going to pound his chest, and he's going to say, "I am king of this island." And he'll say it with a stutter, but you won't even notice because he is so dangerous and lovable. Right? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I wrote that too. I wrote, "Take them out, Mitch. Cut their throats. Do it. Super Mitch." Right? I like that. Super Mitch. Mitch is the man, dude. He is the man. This dude's buff as hell, lifting up Cedric, pretty much with one arm while holding his own body weight up there, holding the body weight of 2 men on a rope ladder thing to try to get both of them up. This guy sinks buckets left and right. Right? Anytime there's a challenge where you got to sink some buckets, Mitch is going to come in there and just be like, "Kobe, no problem. No problem. You got a puzzle? Throw Mitch in there. He'll figure it out quicker than the other team. Maybe not the best at it, but he's going to do it quicker than the other team. Mitch is the man. He rules. He's going to win this game, right? If it comes down between Mitch and Star right now, it'd be a hard pick for me because Star, I also like Star. I think she's made some bonehead decisions in this game I would never make, but her personality, I'm not going to falter for, right? I think she could win on that alone. So, yeah, that's the episode. I got to fit it all into one sheet here, guys. Look at that. I didn't have 2 sheets this week. I wrote smaller so I could fit it onto one sheet, which was nice, right? Very good. And now we're going to do the rankings. Let's do some rankings. Let's see how I felt about everyone this week. 1 through 5 stars for everybody this week. Well, every week, 1 through 5 stars. And we will start at the top with Charity. She tried to play a decent game. Charity. You tried. And you're going to be deleted from here because you were eliminated. You know what? For getting voted out, I'll still give you 2 stars. I'll still give you 2. It wasn't a horrible vote out. You still tried, right? Let's get rid of her now. Bye, Charity. All right, Star's going up to 5 stars. I think giving away our idol was smart in the last episode, and I thought her speeches and motivation and overall just awesome and positive personality, and it's winning me over. It won me over more so in this episode than it has ever before. Star moving up to a 5-star player this week. Good job, Star. All right, Camilla. Quiet episode for Camilla. Kind of on the back burner this episode as Kyle is being recruited into an alliance that she will not be a part of. But they are still 1 and 2. And hopefully Kyle not going to differentiate from this gruesome twosome and complete the integrity alliance. Nobody wants that shit. Okay, I don't think Kyle wants that shit either. So, quiet night for Camilla, but she's going to stay at 3 stars. Still a very dangerous person out there on the island. Mr. Milkman David. Oh, boy. You know, I think he's going to move down a star a little bit. I mean, not even willing to work with Charity at all. I think it's a bummer, dude, for him, really. You know, he's out there saying that he gets along with everybody and his, but I don't think he gave Charity a fair shake here. You know, I don't know if it's because he's got a girlfriend at home that he's trying to win back because she dumped him because he's poor, so he doesn't want to talk to any attractive women on the island, you know, or make any gruesome twosome alliances with any attractive women. So he's sticking with muscly Milk Joe. I don't know, but he's going down to. I think I had him at 4 stars from the Milk last episode. He's going down to 3. David's going down to 3. Charity was dressed up like Crocodile Hunter. Yeah, in that one piece. Do you see that one piece she was wearing? She's gone now. I don't have her anymore. But Joe, here comes the other milk boy. The California girls turned into the milk boys. I should put them side by side with one another, really, They should be, there they are. Right, I'm right in between both of them. Look, all three of them. I like milk, too. I can be a milk boy. I'm the third milk boy now. I'm going to screenshot this later and make it my profile pic. There we go. That's going to look great. But Joe did good this episode. I mean, you still got plenty of Joe here. I think he's definitely a big character, and he's definitely protecting what's important to him out there on the island, even just with those death stares that we get from Joe. So, good stuff from Joe. I'm going to give him 4 stars, probably. Keep him at 4, because he's still very intimidating. Cedric had a big episode, man. His character just keeps showing up, right? And this guy is just having a hell of a time. I'm going to keep him at 3 stars, because Cedric he's entertaining. You're really getting the this game is breaking me aspect of the show from Cedric, so that's appreciated, and it's always needed, right? You need someone out there that is going to be affected by the elements in a way that it's affecting Cedric. So, and it was awesome to see Star bring him back. Like I said, let's keep Cedric at 3 here. Cedric 3 stars. Chrissy. Okay, Chrissy is going to be our first person so far getting 1 star, because and this is probably production's fault. She's got a ghost of an edit. I barely know she's even there. Chrissy, I'm sorry, 1 star from you're not involved enough, right? I mean, Cedric still had to tell you what to do in Tribal last week, right? The Milk Alliance. Yeah, the Milk Boys, dude. The California girls are no more. It's the Milk Boys. Okay? They're the best. 2% or whole milk chocolate. I almost said 2%. I almost got kicked out of the Milk Boys just now. Let's stop talking before I get kicked out. All right, Kyle. Here's a 5-star man. Kyle's a 5-star man, okay? He continues to be a 5-star man. You saw him working both sides. You see him doing what he's got to do to keep his name out from the vote. And not only did he get into 2 different alliances here on this episode, but he won the first ever, for this season, individual immunity necklace and was safe at Final Tribal. Kyle, 5 stars. Shaheen Davari. Here he is, man. The man. He really wanted a mozzarella stick. When Say was talking about all the food she ate at the challenge, she said, I had mozzarella sticks, and Shaheen popped his head up and goes, mozzarella, I want a mozzarella stick. I think that's how he said it, too. He said it just like that. That was a good Shaheen impression. And, he really wanted a mozzarella stick. That's kind of like the most I remember from him in this episode. I mean, I know he was partaking more. We saw plenty of him, but he's not going to be a 5-star man like our boy Kyle, right? He's going to stay at 3 or 3.5. We'll give him the first half star here. Right? Sure. 2%. Where's the other 98% of my milk? Did you water this shit down? God, dude, if you brought 2% to David, like he would do a spit take and just spit it all out. 100%. All right, Mitch. Now, Mitch I know he's on the bottom, but this dude is holding his tribe together in challenges. I mean, this was a brand new group of 6 in this challenge that Jeff just created. Like, we're a merge tribe here, split into 2 teams of 6. Mitch is pulling this whole team that he just got put with together, pulling Cedric up, trying to work with Charity, the one person out there that no one's really talking to or working with. I mean, I know it takes 2 to tango on the island, but Mitch was tangoing with everybody, it seems like, including Charity. So Mitch is still a 5-star man. Mitch isn't losing a star. You hear me? Not with how I'm putting his ass over. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, Eva. Now we're getting more snarkiness and connivingness from Eva, which I like. I like that a lot. I like it when she doesn't like someone and is willing to just throw their name out there. Now, the only problem was that it was Star to begin with. You remember? She hated Star. She didn't like Star. And then Star gave her an idol, really got touched by her story. And now they're best friends. Now they're best friends. And Eva's done some good damage control there with Star, I would say. And then looking to pin it on Charity, who she thought was super fake as well. She didn't like that, so everything went right for her so far. This episode, Eva's going to get you know what? Eva's gets 5 stars this episode because, even after the outburst and emotional toll she took from the challenge last week, she still pulled it together and held it all this week as well. I would say if someone's going to turn, you know what? If someone's going to turn between Joe and Eva, I think it's Eva. I think she's going to be the one that takes Joe out. And I hope it's not like Joe being like, you got to do it. You got to vote for me. Like, I hope it's not like that. You know it is, but I hope it's not like that. I hope Eva just cuts his throat when he's not looking type deal. That would be awesome. All right. Let's go to Say. Where's Say? Say what? There she is. Say you're on the bottom. You're not voting with any group. You're just voting for Cedric randomly. Everybody voted for Charity or you, and you voted for Cedric randomly. So you got to get your act together, get your head back into the social aspect of this game. Stop being, the sore thumb sticking out. Nobody wants that from you, Say. We like you, Say. We like how hard you're playing. And, I could see a comeback story happening for Say as well, right? She is definitely playing this game. So let's not discount her. But she's going to stay at 3 stars, right? She still found an advantage this episode. I can't discount her for that, right? And then you got Mary. A quiet episode from Mary. I think Mary, the thing I remember most is that she called Charity a turtle, right? I think she said Charity was a turtle and that Say was a snake. I thought it was a bad analogy from Mary. I expected a little bit better from Mary in the analogy department, right? Everybody raves about how funny her Twitter is, and it is very funny. She's got some funny things on there. So I expect a little bit better jokes and better puns here. Like Charity, no, I'm not seeing turtle at all, right? That's a long turtle. She's tall, right? That doesn't, you don't see tall turtles strolling around. That's not something you see, Mary. So let's step it up in that department, right? So, but 3 stars, I guess, middle ground, mid for Mary. And that's it. That's who's left, guys. That's who's left on the cast so far. Episode 6, Season 48 of Survivor on CBS. I've been covering the show every Thursday night here on the Slipper House Extra Extra YouTube channel. Last week I had Dirt join us here. He popped in and joined us for the entire episode. And sometimes Cowboy Nate can join us. If you're a fan of Survivor and you like the content we're putting out here, hit a like and hit a subscribe, right? Come back. Join us in the chat. Dirt's been down in the chat hanging out this week. He says, I just added a new sound to the soundboard. You know what? Let's check it out, right? I don't even have the headphones on because I'm just listening in the background here. Over here, it's playing Star Wars music because it's the credits to one of the prequels. I feel like it's been playing forever. Let's see what the new sound is. Sob Jr. angry? Sob what? No, that's not it. What's the sound called, Dirt? You might need to tell me. Sob what? Oh, son of a bitch! What? Damn, Triple H or Truth. Which one is it? Which one? Minty? No, that's not it. Rot? Rot in hell for what he did here tonight. I like that one. I don't know if I've ever heard that one. Stick? Why don't I see it, man? I don't see it in here. Stick. Yeah, I don't know. Did it,
I'm the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time.
Yeah, man. I don't see it in there. I don't see a stick. Maybe it's because I need to go out and go back in, maybe. Maybe it's not going to play, it's not going to update while I'm sitting here live. I don't know what the case is there.
It's my account now. I got the swerve on that corner. Whoa, whoa.
Type it into search. You have to. Wait, you added this?
I want a mozzarella stick.
Oh my god! Hey, hold on. Yeah, that needs to be played again. How do we add that to favorites? Hold on. Yeah, let's play that again.
I want a mozzarella stick.
Shit, he's saying he wants a mozzarella stick. Dude, that was very memorable because he was just like, mozzarella. Oh, where's my favorites? That's what we need to be opening.
I want a mozzarella stick.
That's a good sound. I like it. Yeah. Mozzarella stick. He was just being goofy. He was really being the one that was being the most receptive to Say's continuous talking of everything she ate at the reward. He kind of just threw in that he, I
want a mozzarella stick.
That's so good. I love it. I love it. Good one, Dirt. Stick. You just called it stick, so I wouldn't know what it was gonna be. Oh, another Star Wars is coming on. Is this an old one? All right. I gotta get out of here, guys. I got a wedding to get ready for. I gotta drive tomorrow to a different state, go to a wedding. Got some things to do, things to take care of. No Vertical Live this Friday. Another reminder, no Vertical Live this Friday. I will be out of town, so those will continue on Monday. But come back for Sunday night, though, for House Assembly. House Assembly still coming out every Sunday night right here on the Slipper House Extra Extra YouTube channel. You can join me here Thursdays for the Survivor Digest, and Wednesdays, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time for Pro Wrestling Sauce. All right here on Slipper House Extra Extra. Like, subscribe, enjoy. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. You know what? Let me hit you with the final word here. You're gonna definitely need to hear one more time. Where's my cursor? What in the world? Where's my cursor? One more time for everybody.
I want a mozzarella stick. I want a mozzarella stick.
Bye.